Today we're in the forest of Aulnay. Rob's been to do a quote for somebody, so on the way home, of course, we've stopped at a wood. So we've just come in off a man-made track that is a dead straight track right the way through the forest. And we've just seen this, which we thought looked quite interesting. And then just further back in the background there is another pinned arch that you can see there. I don't know if that's properly pinned because I've not been all the way over there. Down here I can see a hunter's hide, you know, those wooden steps, and then they sit on top of it in a chair or stand up on top of it watching for the deer and things going by. It's lunchtime again, so hopefully we won't get shot. Oh, look at this. This is quite interesting. There's 3 leaners there that all go up to the same spot. Now, really, seriously, no one in the world is going to say to me that that's happened by accident, surely.
No roots.
That there's no roots on them. That they've all been put here, have they, Rob? See if you can lift one up. Oh yeah, and the other one?
Yeah.
Oh right, so
no roots been wedged in.
They've been put there, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, that one was moved.
And look underneath here. We've been talking so much about this disturbed ground. Now, because we're in a forest that people are encouraged to come into, this could have easily been a den that some kids made, because all it needs is a bash. What do you call bash in English? Tarpaulin.
Yeah.
All it needs is a piece of tarpaulin over it, and you could have a little den in there. So I'm not making any pronouncements about that at all. This looks interesting, doesn't it, down here? Let's go and have a closer look. Now, we found this interesting little thing here. So we've got a properly dead tree log limb on the floor there, properly dead and old and beginning to rot, but that is lying on top of a brand new tree that's only just been knocked down, that is still green and still alive. Now, I don't know whether that's been growing whilst it's been lying on the floor, so that's a difficult one to say for sure, but that's quite interesting. How would that one get over the top of there when this one is newer than that one?
This one would have been growing here.
Yeah, that one would have grown straight up.
Grown straight up there-ish, because it looks straight.
Yeah.
That one's fallen down, but it wouldn't have fallen down. It would have fallen down that side of that tree, so it can't have fallen behind the tree that was here.
To knock it over. So your point is it didn't knock this tree over when it fell.
No.
That's interesting, isn't it?
That's the end where the root is, and that's the top. So it can only have fallen down the side of these 2 trees.
Now here's another one of those bits of log on the floor where it's so obvious that someone or something has been walking over it. And as we said before, hogs, deer, they don't do that. This is human, or it's forest folk. There's nothing else that does that. Now there's a game trail here, but as well as it being a game trail, there's nothing that stops it being a human footpath where Mrs. Blanche comes every day and walks her dog. So we can't say for sure, but look at this interesting bit here. Now, is this human, or is this natural, or is this something else entirely? Because to me, this is looking like rooms and like a sort of, like a wallow. Look at that. That's snapped and twisted in that direction. But look at it, it looks like it's got edges on purpose. It's very odd. And look here, there's this disturbed ground again. Now, again, I can't say for sure that this just isn't people having picnics, because it is a pathway through a forest. The pathway that we've been on is, I don't know, 40 metres that way. But it's just interesting that it looks like this. Now this here, this is wild boar snuffling in the ground under old dead trees. That I know for sure. But this is just a bit different. And again, it sometimes it looks like fencing, sometimes it looks like rooms. But then you think to yourself, would they be sitting here? If it's forest folk, would they be sitting here so close to the track? I suppose they could if it was night time, because there won't be anybody coming down here at night unless it's kids in a car, and you'd see them a mile away and hear them, so they'd have plenty of time to move. See, look, edges and divisions. And look at that. And all of it could be just fallen down trees and wind. But I say again, like I say in every single video, it's not the same in all of the wood. So why are there patches of the wood like the one we've just looked at, and then there are patches of the wood that are completely clear of any kind of stuff on the floor, or leaners, or pinned arches, or anything? So why the difference? If it's wind art, surely wind art would do the same again and again all over the wood. See, look here. It's just empty. There's nothing here. There's nothing like what we've just seen, and that I can't explain. So here's the chasse stand, the hunting stand I was telling you about. Now that shows you that in this wood there's lots of deer and wild boar and pheasant and grouse and anything that's worth shooting, or else the chasse just wouldn't even bother coming here. So there must be plenty of things living here for things to eat. Okay, I just spotted this break just low to the ground. Anything could have done that. An animal, a person, but look what's right next to it. So that looks like one piece of wood that's been broken into three and made into a triangle. Now, this surely cannot be a natural thing that happens in the woods.
It looks different.
Now this stood out to us and we came towards it wondering maybe if it was some kind of structure, but we can see now that we've got here that it is just a fallen tree. It's just something that's fallen down and it's taken a second tree with it. There's the root ball. So we can say for sure this is just a normal happening that happens in the wood. And even though it looks like pinned arches and a den, it's probably not, because it makes perfect logical sense to say that that's just a tree that's fallen down and bent over other things with it and knocked other things down. Okay, we've got a nice leaner here, stands out very well, and it absolutely did not grow there. There's no root.
Nothing.
There's nothing there to show that that tree grew there. So who's wandering about in the forest moving trees around? There's another one here. Let's check this one, Rob. Did this grow here? Yeah.
Yes,
So that one grew there. So that's a natural one that's just fallen over because it's old. There's another one here. We'll just check this one out and make sure. Oh gosh, that's up in the air.
Yeah, but there is a hole there.
There is a hole where it came out
Yeah,
of. So
but...
Oh, look how it's jammed in there though. That's interesting. Hang on. Oh, ow. Holly just stabbed me. Ouch. Is that... Oh no, look, that's... I thought... Oh dear, I've just broken that. Oh dear.
That wasn't growing.
That wasn't growing there.
No, it definitely isn't now.
I might have ruined somebody's wood structure now. So that one is quite interesting, seeing as it's floating off the ground.
The way it's wedged in there.
But the thing is, it could be just wedged in because it's gradually worked its way down with the weather. What? That's where it came from.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like it's been out of there for long enough to grow all those trees to grow up around. I don't know. Maybe it's fresh.
No, well, we don't know.
The hole looks fresh.
We don't know enough about wood, do we?
No.
The hole may look fresh though, also, Rob, because well, maybe a boar or something's been poking its snout down in the hole. You know, to get the bugs from the bottom of the tree. Maybe, Who knows? And no amount of my wishing it to be forest folk is going to make it be forest folk. So we just have to be patient and try and gather some better evidence. Look how empty and quiet this bit of wood is. See? You can't see loads and loads of stuff on the floor. There's just grass. There's no sort of bare patches. It just looks like a wood. And then, all of a sudden, you get this. So there's a big patch, and it's always got lots of broken branches and things on it. It's always clear of grass, and it always stands out like a sore thumb. Look over there, see? Over there is perfectly normal, and then here isn't. Now, if you come in off the track where we've just come and along this little game trail and in the direction of that area of disturbed ground that I've just shown you, this tree break is possibly pointing us in that direction. If there's a tree break here, to all intents and purposes up here there should be a pinned arch, because this is what normally happens. And look what's there. There's a pinned arch. And there's a Lena. Now, you see, that's odd. If everything is random and everything is at the whim of the wind and the rain, why can we see signs that we can follow and signs that are repeatable? Right, Rob, explain to me why these haven't fallen down out of that tree.
That's an oak tree.
Right.
These bits, there's some bits that are rotten,
Yeah.
which aren't oak.
Right.
These are those spindly ones that snap all the time.
Oh, right, those maybe willowy,
The willowy
kind of
sort
things.
So they're all interwoven.
And none of them fell out of this tree.
No, well, maybe one.
Maybe one
But
of them.
there's like 12 bits. And
Yeah.
there's 4 different types of wood.
That's interesting.
And they're
Oh, God, there was some kind of little crawling creature down my bra, but I managed to catch it and get rid of it. I couldn't squash it though, which makes me think that it might have been like a tick. Oh God, the things I do for you lot in this wood. I don't like creepy crawlies. This is quite interesting. Now, this probably fell down first, but in the midst of it all is this one, which is a new one, not an old one. And the rest are all old. Now it's still alive, so maybe when this one fell down and that one, it perhaps took this young tree here with it. That's possible. It looked a bit kind of asterisk style to me, but I think it's probably natural. Oh God, I'm all itchy and creeped out now after that bug. Right, onward.
4 white sticks.
Right, we've found one of these weird Y-stick phenomena, we'll call it. Right, there's the first Y-stick there, and that is placed. That didn't grow there. Inside that,
That's a live one.
within it, is a live tree, which is also leaning on another Y-stick. Then, behind that is another Y-stick, which is leaning in, and that is also, that didn't grow there either. So we've got 1, 2, 3,
And the one that's alive.
and this little bit here, which I think maybe broke and was longer, 4, all kind of decorating that one tree that's alive, that's growing up there. So we've just been in that side where the car is, down there, and now we've crossed over this long straight road that we think's a Roman road, and we're coming now into this side. Right, we've just spotted this, we've seen this big fallen tree here, but then just to one side of it there's all this stuff, and it's all over the ground. Now, are these just branches and things that have fallen off the top of those trees, or are these things that have been placed here for some particular reason? There's a nice pinned arch here that's held in place by that, which is part of this, which is, can you see? It's not, oh, all the rain's falling on me. It's not attached. So that's interesting. Oh God, oh, I'm soaking, that went all down my neck. So we found a break, and around it are a couple of leaners. So we're going to walk in the direction of the break to see if we can prove our point about finding a pinned arch and leaners in the direction that these breaks are pointing. There's another break over there. Can't see one. So we've just disproved our own theory, haven't we?
Unless that's just a natural break.
Yeah, unless it's a natural break. Yeah, well, the trouble is, we're never going to know, are we? No, well, the only pinned arch there was the one I looked at over there, and that wasn't in the direction of that break. Oh, there's one.
This one here, yeah.
Yeah. There's a little one. Is that pinned? Let's check.
Looks like it's pinned by that.
Oh, it is, yeah, it's pinned by that log.
Yeah.
So that could be what we were looking for.
Could be.
How many metres have we come? 20 metres?
Yeah, maybe 30.
Maybe 30 metres?